Flamingos and what's going on? That was a painful. Why? Why? Why was that painful? Welcome to Jurassic Park. I'm just kidding. Welcome to this, video? Hi, I've been wanting to do this video for a long time now, and I have no idea how to start it. Whee! This is basically my backstory of how I got onto, how I, found a way to UA my world in Boku no Hero. This is my story of what the heck I'm doing with my life in Boku no Hero. So, if that sounds entertaining, well, I don't know if it will be, so stick around and find out. I would highly appreciate it. I would really do. I would really appreciate it if you did. That'd be great. Besides that, most of the pictures in this video, because some people probably be just like, oh, you can probably give me like 1, 2 pictures. It's gonna be awesome. For those people who say that, most of the pictures in this video were from roleplay because I got lazy and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna go ahead and make thousands of pictures of me just like doing whatever the heck I'm doing. And so I'm just gonna take the ones I have in the roleplay because I got thousands of more in the roleplay with my mouth closed. Like, I don't need I have like some with my mouth open because, you know, I'm talking and stuff like that, but I got thousands with my mouth closed to do like smiling cat faces or something. So I can just use those. You know, be cheap, do it. Nice. I'll get out of that problem. It's gonna be great. So, you know, I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm just gonna go through my roleplay. So if I have like random scars or I'm wearing a particularly weird outfit because it's gotcha, I'm just gonna say don't mind it. It's just me role-playing with my friends, and I was happened to have some weird stuff either on my face or on my outfit. And I don't mean that in a disgusting or gross way in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I have like scars on my face for some reason. That's from a roleplay. You know? I got other stuff, like I'm wearing a dress, and I hate dresses, but I did that because roleplay. Not for anything weird. If you guys would like a video of, like, I have a lot of things for my roleplay where I've edited pictures. I've edited, like, a lot of pictures. So if you want to see what my editing looks like, gotcha-wise, my gotcha editing, like, if this video gets, like, this is my first time ever doing this. If my video gets, like, I don't know, what's the highest I could probably put this at? 25 maybe? That's sad but true. If this video gets like 25 likes, I will go ahead and do an editing video. But if you guys really don't want to see it, but you just want to like the video, I appreciate you. I'm still gonna end up making it if the video does get that many likes. Like if this video gets 25 likes, I will make the video. But if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. It's the beautiful thing about the internet. You don't got to. Wee. Oh god, my brain has been in pain for a couple days, so if I come off as different than I normally am, it's because I haven't had coffee in 3 weeks, and it's starting to get to me. All I've had in 3 weeks is, tea. That's about it. That's all I've had about tea. Tea and water, that's all I've had in like 3 weeks. I haven't had coffee. So, excuse me if I sound a little different. It's just I don't have my energy juice. But without further ado, I'm gonna just jump right into this because it's basically just a backstory. It ain't gonna be like a regular old fanfic like I'm always doing. I'm not gonna be like, in a world where it was dark and creepy. Like, no. I'm not gonna do like a whole like, back then when I was like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like, back then I was like, just put it in a Boku no Hero sense, so there's gonna be like basically my backstory but with quirks and eventually Boku no Hero. This might be a 2-parter, it might be a 1-parter, it just depends of like how the story goes, you know? Sometimes that's just how it goes. For others, like, you can plan stuff out and you're like, oh, I'm doing 2 chapters in this one episode, or I'll do this one chapter in this one episode because it's long. This one, I'm just talking. So, that can't be that bad, right? If you like content like this, where I literally just talk instead of plan everything out and come up with everything ahead of time, tell me. I would love to do more of where I just talk to a phone all day and make 1,000 of random photos and just put it out. That'd be fun. Just me talking to myself. This is a 5-minute intro. I should get started. All right, let's just head right into this. Okay. Let's start from the beginning. So obviously I was not born in Japan, and I'm making that canon even where I'm at. Like even though UA is in Japan, I was born in America. Just like when All Might transferred to America, I was born in America. So, yay, USA! I don't know any sayings for USA because I'm not a politic person. So, I was born in good old America. I'm not going to be specific to where, but, you know. Growing up was interesting. At age, what was it, 4? Yeah. Around age 4, I finally got my quirk. My parents having interesting quirks themselves. My mother being able to... My mom could basically just, like... If she's concentrating really hard on an item, she can change it a little bit. Not by much. She can, like, change the color. Or she can, like, make it shorter or make it bigger. Or, like... Sometimes, this one time, she would focus really hard and she would put, like, in bold letters, if you don't pick up your sock, you're gonna be grounded for a week on my door. So, that was an interesting time. So, that's my mom's quirk. My mom basically can edit things if she's trying really, really hard to focus. Which is always interesting to see when her little brain cell, like, twitches for 5 seconds. She barely uses her quirk. At all. She only uses it to, like, if she has, like, the wrong type of material, she'll change the color, which is one of her common moves with her quirk. And my dad, just like his personality, bubblies. Basically, he could produce bubbles from his fingertips. Not very much, just like a bubble, and that's about it. It was literally just a bubble. There's nothing else about it, it's just a bubble. Pop. That was it. So when my quirk came, I got a lucky combination of the two. My combination of the quirk was I could blow a bubble, and anything in the bubble I could edit. It takes concentration, but I could edit anything inside the bubble. That was pretty cool. Of course, it takes a lot of mind, and I have to be very careful with what I think of, because if I think of something bad, things get a little out of hand. I can only edit things inside the bubble, but they won't stay that way outside of the bubble. Which kind of makes sense, I guess. The bubble can do whatever it wants as well, so that's fun too. So that was fun. Getting my quirk at 4. Trying to whistle while running PE. You can just, like, imagine one day you're in gym whistling and all of a sudden, like, you're trying to whistle and you don't know how yet, and suddenly a gigantic bubble appears in front of you. And then you start thinking of creative stuff, and then a unicorn suddenly pops inside the bubble until your teacher pops your bubble for you. Because when you're young, you don't know how to keep that thing like titanium. So that was an interesting time. I got my quirk from being a loner in the gym in elementary and didn't pay attention, and all of a sudden, boom, I got my quirk. Some people were like, "That's awesome, that's so cool." And I was like, "Who are you people? I'm an introvert. Who are you? Since when were we friends? Huh?" Very soon, people didn't like me. Very quickly, people didn't like me. Found out what my quirk was. Told my parents. At this point, my parents had unfortunately divorced. For their own reasoning. I won't go into details. That's their own little thing. You know, happened to be happy until baby came. So, little hint there. So I have no siblings, by the way. I didn't get a sibling until I was like 13 or something like that. I was a loner at school, so I didn't know anybody. Like, people started talking to me, and it was weird. I was told to show off my quirk a lot, which I wasn't allowed to do very much. I was allowed to do like a little bit of my quirk just to like show it. They told me to try doing it like slow and not really overuse my quirk, so I draw making tiny bubbles. And like, people didn't like me very fast because I could summon things, but then I couldn't keep them on. So this one girl's like, "Hey, can you put a ring on my finger?" Not in a weird way, just like, "Hey, I want jewelry. Can you try that? Or make money or something like that?" And it didn't work because I didn't know how to properly think how to make stuff. So it just didn't work. That was fun. Kids are really harsh nowadays. Kids are really harsh. Called me a bunch of stuff. Had fun with that. Eventually, I got out of that one, went to middle school. That's where fun happened. Elementary was fun with the kids who would call you a million and one names, and then that one chick who was like, "Hey, I'll pay you in candy if you go ahead and collect that person over there for me using your quirk." I'm like, why? What happened? And like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Just I need you to go get them for me." Got 3 lollipops for one person. Never found out what happened to that kid. He never came back to class. He never came back to school or anything. I got worried, but I got my candy and I left. I was fine. I got my candy. I left. I was long gone after that. Yeah, I didn't talk to nobody. Then this one time, I head off to middle school. Didn't know anybody. Didn't really matter to me if I knew anybody or not. Met this one person because I happened to know a random series. That was fun. Yeah, I just knew this random series and saw it on their binder and fan fiction and stuff like that. I'm like, "Hey, that's pretty cool." And then she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" She explained to me her quirk was something kind of like art-wise, like she can draw a picture, and if she's thinking of a story in the picture can animate itself on paper, which I thought was awesome, but oh well. She introduced me to a bunch of people, and that's how I met Pixie. That was fun. Picture just one day you're hiding behind your friend because you have no idea what to do, and then you meet another person who's hiding behind their friend because they don't know what to do. And you guys are like, "Hi," and then that's it. That's all you do. Just, "Hey, hi." Then you let your alpha friends take care of the talking, while you're just like doo 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 in the background. Just doo doo doo. Turns out I have art class with this person. Keep in mind, I love drawing, so I love sketching around and having fun. So I had art class with this person. I had art class with Pixie, and it was a lot of fun. We would go into art class, and we had this thing where we had to try to make it a competition to like see who can get to art class faster. It wasn't fair. Her quirk was, she was basically dragons. Depending on what color her scales were in the moment, was depending on her power. And it was solely based off emotion. Pink being her usual form. She can, of course, get rid of her wings whenever she wants, but she'll grow, whenever she wants to use her quirk, she'll grow wings, and, she'll grow some wings and horn and a small tail. And, she'll get, depending on what color of scales grow on her, is depending on, what mood she's going to be in what mood she's in or going to be in So if she's like the color blue, she's not feeling too happy, and she's gonna probably create, like, her wings are gonna become like steel, so that way she can wrap herself in her wings, and so no one can like hurt her, or like talk to her or anything. If she's mad, she turns red, and her arms and legs plus her wings like gets stronger, like as if like she can like run really fast when she's mad. Oh, she can run so fast when she's mad. Don't mess with her. She's on when she's mad. It's a thing right there. I'm just like, this is no fair. I tried to win every day to get there. She got wings. I got a bubble. I ain't gonna win at all. We got our little practice things at like PE. I blow a bubble. Only half of me would fit inside of it, so it would be like half of me is inside of a bubble. Half of me would become invisible or something, and I'd be trying to focus my brain to try to control it. You know how embarrassing that gets? Where sometimes you're like trying to focus, but then someone starts laughing, so you think of a joke, or like what you don't want to happen, and then it happens in the bubble, and they can see what's happening in the bubble, and it just sucks. Oh, I've had so many times like that. I'm just like, don't laugh at me. To the point where I've gotten so used to people laughing at me, I embrace the jokes at this point. I embrace it. Because there's no point in hating it at this point. At all. Anywho, so I wonderfully met Pixie. At first, we didn't really hang out very much. I was mostly hanging out with this one person, and then hang out with this other person, and then like halfway through the year, I made a dumb mistake and got together with a person with some other person. I'm not gonna name any people. In fact, I'll probably come up with some fake names. We'll call this person Jake. I didn't know any Jakes in my lifetime, and if your name is Jake, I'm sorry. But I knew this person. I'm gonna call him Jake. Jake was an interesting fellow who is now I'm gonna come up with another name, Jeannie. And he's a she now, so she was my first relationship, which is interesting, very interesting. She didn't come out as trans until like a year and a half after our relationship, so I'm just gonna go back to Jake, because like back then, like I didn't know, so you know. In the time, like like in the time, it was like a simple, quick. I knew him for like a week, dated for like 3 months, and then that was it. After 3 months, like literally almost on Christmas Day. Bye. It was an interesting relationship. I won't go into too much detail, because I don't want to offend anyone in case anyone I know is watching. Basically, clingy, but didn't let me do anything. And by that I mean I had to be next to them all the time and couldn't do anything, and they were like, you can't leave or talk to your friends, but I don't want to talk to you either. I just want you to stay next to me so I have someone to call my girlfriend when people ask me questions. I'm just like, no one's going to ask you a thing, dude. Like, seriously. Like, I'm sorry, but no one's going to ask you anything, dude. You're just sitting there on your phone. The only person who's going to ask you something is the teacher. The teacher's going to ask you, like, why you're on your phone. That's the only thing people are going to ask you. That's it. That's it. Anywho. Moving along. Forward in time a bit. It was the next grade, and the next grade for me was 7th. So that was personally one of my favorite years ever going to school. I had a friend group of 4, and then I had my main best friend, which was Pixie. We hanged out all the time. That's when I started developing feelings. We hanged out all the time, like during lunch. Well, not all the time because we didn't have coding classes together, but during like the mornings and then during lunch, it was just me and her, no one else. So that was awesome. We would hang out, and we had a lot of great times, joking, laughing, and saying weird stuff, doing weird stuff. It was fun, chatting about each other's day. Me trying to memorize every last thing, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And then I had my friend group of 4. We all had our roles. The one who was gonna get pregnant at a young age. The other one who was an insecure artist who just didn't want to talk to anybody. We had nicknames for everyone, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say not even their nicknames. So I'm gonna come up with names for everyone. We got, I'm just gonna say like the first letter of their name. It's gonna help me a lot. We got M, the one who was probably gonna end up pregnant. We got J, the one who was like super insecure about everything, but had incredible art. We got Key, and by Key I mean K. I just called her a nickname for the rest of her life, which rhymes with Key, so that's why I said Key. But I'm actually gonna call her Key during this entire time. We got Key, and she actually I've shown all these people on YouTube before, and they had no problem with it. So I'm just gonna, except for Jay, I haven't shown Jay yet, and she's never given me permission, so I'll say the other two's names. So yeah. I know I didn't mean Angelica yet. So I got M, J, and then you guys know Kiwi. She's been on my channel before. If you don't know what episode she was on, it was on the episode I Have Simps and my I Hit 1K video. Kiwi was in both of those. You probably don't remember, but she was in both of those. She was really happy for me. She's like, "Wait, you hit 1K? Damn, dude." That was what I got, so that was awesome. But yeah, it was like a friend group, and then I was the last member, the one who told all the jokes. I was the funny one that made everybody laugh, and it was just a fun year. We had fun teachers who didn't mind our casual jokes that made the entire class laugh. Like, we had fun teachers that year. That was a good year. We had good teachers. I had a crap ton of friends. I grew my popularity a little bit, but nothing compared to 8th grade. Whew, 8th grade, my popularity, I was so confused. I insulted one person because I was so tired. Okay, at this point, I've never had coffee. I never had coffee until I went to freshman. Became a freshman. Became a freshman, first thing I did, I tried coffee for the first time. Wonderful. I was in 8th grade, so I had not tried coffee yet. So I'm in class. I'm in art class. I don't have any classes with Pixie this time either. One day I'm just like, this dude next to me will not be quiet. He won't stop talking for the life of him. And if I make one more mistake on here, I'm gonna tell him to be quiet. So I'm here. I'm just like, do. All of a sudden, I hear in the background, "Yo, dude, I took a insert word here because I can't say it. I took a butt pic the other day, and I showed it to the coach." I had like my pencil like broke in half. Type of, you know those scenes when you get someone like in anime where a character gets like so mad and then boom, entire pencil destroyed. Yeah, that was me in that moment. Just. And I turned to him, "Excuse me, princess, let's have a chit-chat for a minute or two." "Alright, you want to keep yelling in art class? The class is supposed to be quiet so people who actually give a dang about the subject so they can concentrate about things they're passionate about." I told off that guy for like a good 10 minutes. Teacher was cool with it. She was like, "Thank you." That teacher was awesome. Strict as heck, but it was awesome. So yeah, that was fun. After telling off that dude, I found out later he was part of the track team, the soccer team. He was oh gosh. Track team, soccer team, and I think he also played football. Whoo! Or something like that. He played like 3 different sports, and he was like, very popular, very popular. And I was like, oh well. Suddenly, all the cheerleaders wanted to talk to me. All of the guys from the track team, soccer team, and football team just wanted to suddenly start talking to me. I Didn't know why at all. Then there was this beautiful time where then it was towards the end of see, this is why I can't do unscripted stuff. I just go for like 5 minutes. There was this one time at the very end of middle school, we got a dance. Instead of going to a place and getting money and buying tokens and partying and trying to win stuff, we got a dance. So we all had to dress up. I dressed up, Pixie dressed up. We decided to go together as friends, so that was fun. We went to this dance. Not gonna lie, I've been to better dances before. Like, me and her had the greatest time, don't get me wrong. That was the most fun I've ever had at a dance. But at the same time, there was this one time in the dance where we literally were sitting down for 2 hours waiting for food. It never came, and when it did came, it was cold. It was like ice. That was my only complaint. That fact that we had to wait 2 hours for food, and they forgot about our table, and we got cold food. That was the only thing that I hated. But everything else was fun. Took hundreds of pictures. It was awesome. We danced our hearts away while everyone else was just like, yay. We had fun. We had fun. And then after the whole leaving middle school, we went to freshman year. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm not including quarantines because this is supposed to be in the past before, like, anything happened. So I'm not including quarantine in this. And, like, years pass, and then I go to high school. Not much happens. Like, go to prom, have fun, get degree, do all, the work hard. You, like, really start to have a major crush on your best friend. And then you finally get the courage to ask her out. And by ask her out, I mean, I mean, get down on one knee as a joke and then actually end up with a maybe, and then you're like, woo! And then you're celebrating for 5 days in your room, just literally putting on, like, the most annoying music you can possibly find, blast that at, like 200 on your speakers, and then just frigid start, like, dancing in circles. Like, like, I was dancing, I was all over the place. I was like, she said make me. My neighbors were gonna come and, like, break the door down, be like, quiet the hell down. I was all over the walls. I was all over the place. I don't know what I was. I had changed. I had turned into something. I don't know. I don't know what happened. So, hold on. I got a message. Alright. Unscripted, guys, unscripted. Man, I should have just did, like, a recording of me, like, recording my face. I hope these pictures are pretty, guys. It's so pretty. Anyway. So yeah, high school was awesome. Obviously, I'm still in high school, and quarantine hit, so I don't have many things to say about this. So high school is high school. Don't know really much to say past that. Afterwards, during, like, college, I was like, you know what? My quirk is interesting as it may be, but, like, I knew, like, how to use my quirk pretty well. Most kids my age were like, I want to be a hero when I grow up, or I want to do this when I grow up, or that when I grow up, and yada 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 when I grow up. Most of it was I want to be a hero, or like I want to be like someone super important or something, some stuff along those lines. But not me. No, I was more invested in storytelling. I wanted to find, like, a reporter type job. Like, I wanted to tell people, like all these interesting stories about random whatever. And so I went into like, trying to go into reporting stuff, had to learn a lot of stuff in that area and getting everything done. Then they were like, yeah, but reporter's like kind of a weird job. So is there anything else you want to go for? So I decided, you know what? Sure, I'm kind of wanted to be a teacher because I was really good with kids. I'm really good with kids. Like, for some reason, I meet a child and suddenly I'm become their favorite person in the entire universe and they just want to hang out with me all day. And I don't understand that. Also, there's a dog outside and I'm going to cry. Okay. Just pray it doesn't come out too much. So, this video is getting long. So I decided I'm going to have like a... Oh my goodness, why is the dog outside? Just like... You can hear the dog in the background. I just checked. Oh no. No. I'm so sorry. I deeply apologize for the dog in the background. I can't change it even if I wanted to. I didn't even know we had dogs in this neighborhood. Okay, like I said, new neighbors. Anyway. So that's gonna distract me so much. Anywho, back onto the thing. So after like a lot of studying, unfortunately, Pixie had to move away for a while. Pixie moved for a while, and it was not fun. I gotta admit, it wasn't fun. So that like we kept in touch. Obviously, we kept in touch. We tried to do like a lot of keeping in touch, and it was hard, like, obviously, it was hard, but we both did our studying, and then eventually we were like, all right, we don't want to go anywhere, like, we don't want to, like, go anywhere after moving once, so let's choose one place to go permanently, and we'll just, like, stay there, we're not going anywhere else. And since I kind of had a bad experience with family, considering my relationship with my mom was interesting. Like, it was like either A, she was mad at me, or B, we were laughing about something we probably should not have been laughing about. That was the awkward relationship. The only people, like, I felt bad about leaving behind were, well, I felt really bad about, like, leaving a lot of my family. Like, it was tough, like, going away, not seeing your family and everything. But we still visit, like, a lot, but we just don't, like, we went, we were like, let's do something weird and let's go to Japan. Like, we just decided, let's go somewhere completely different, away from a lot, because I had received a message from like one of like people who were trying to hire me from Japan. They're like, we have this thing, it's going to help you learn the language really well, but there's this class that really is interesting right now, and with a quirk like yours, we could really use your quirk. Like, this would be awesome if we could, like, really, like, just, get your quirk, but, like, to help us with this project and everything. And since you have practice in this, like, because you've been studying for this for a while, so if you want, we would love to, like, do this. We can have this that many hours of it at a time and stuff like that. And we were like, do you want to go to Japan? like, we'll go to Japan, and we'll, like, I can get a job here and stuff like that. Like, I got a teaching thing too, like, so I can even, like, help with classes. Like, I've been given, like, permission to, like, help with classes with a certain class that needs extra help. So I'll be trained to help this class. I'll be getting paid a lot. Like, this is a good opportunity. Like, I'm gonna be there to help, and I'm gonna be there to help, and I'm gonna be there to do what I want to do, like, and make a story. And she was like, yeah, like, I could get something there too, probably. And then, like, she tried, and she actually did get a good job there. She got this amazing job, like, I forget what it's called, but she got this job where like basically like it's good use for her quirk as well. Like she just it's kind of like a factory job, but not really. Like she gets to like make thousands of like these things for people every day. Like she basically helps it. She's in like the center that helps people, and she just like she makes all this stuff to help people every single day, and like she's worked up there for a while, so she's been working and she's gonna probably like end up boosting it up, and she's doing pretty well like in her job. She's got a higher ranking, and she's helping a lot of people. So we were like, all right, we have good opportunity in Japan, so let's go to Japan. So we go to Japan, they give us like these things, and then like they're like, here, to have this, and then you'll be able to understand like a lot better for like the language and stuff and everything. And so we both took it, and then like we both took the thing that helped us like know how to talk to people and understand what they're saying so they can understand us. But then eventually we would like as we had to do that, we had to like go for like an entire like 2 weeks or 3 weeks of purely just trying to hardcore learn the language. Hard, but I we did it. We did it. It was very hard, but we did it. So that was interesting. Very interesting. I don't know how to phrase it. It was just wow. Okay. So yeah, we did that, and we ended up getting this place. And I was like, hey, remember when I said that remember when I first told you I loved you, and like 2 weeks later I was like, hey, how about I marry you? We were on a date. It was like one of our anniversaries, and I was like, hey, back to when we first did all this. I was we were still young, like barely going to college and like stuff like that, and obviously we couldn't do much, so I thought maybe I should try asking that question again. And I got down on one knee and I was like, I love you with all of my heart. And every time I see you, you just have this glow to you that just makes me like, gives me all the butterflies in the world. And I look at you and all I can do is smile. You make me happy. You make me want to smile. You make me want to jump up for joy. And every time the slightest thing that you do happens, like if like you're happy, all I want to do is jump up for joy and just sing a song or something. Like I want to keep talking to you for till the end of time. But whenever like any of the stuff that you do is just it's amazing, and I could I would love the two of us could be like that every day. So instead of us just being roommates in a relationship, I want to be the love of my life that live together forever. And I can guess you assume what happens next. Cue the suits, because neither of us like dresses. We had dresses for a part of the wedding, and then suits for the other. Two different food bars for her family and for mine, because they both ate completely different things. We had a lot of family there. We didn't have it in Japan. We went back to America for a while, got and some other stuff, and it was just a lot of fun. It was a great wedding. And then it came to my first day. At this point, I'm married, newly married, and I was excessively happy. I was excessively happy. I was smiling, and I had my new outfit on, ready for work. And they're like, okay, do you start tomorrow? Have fun. Do your best. You're going to be introducing yourself tomorrow to the kids. I'm like, all right, cool. And they're like, keep in mind, the kids have not been told anything. They're going to be told everything today. I'm like, that sounds great. All right. This is going to be fun. Whew. This is going to be interesting. So it was like the start of a new year for the kids and everything. So They had like just been there for a while, like just barely a while. And I had just entered the school, got a wish from luck and a little peck on my cheek, and I was still smiling about it like an idiot. And I was waiting at the door, and he called, and the teacher, Mr. Aizawa, had called me in, and I entered the class. Hello, students. My name is Megan Liu, but you can just call me Mingo, which is my professional name. Any questions? I got so many hands, so they asked me about my quirk, and after explaining that, the green-haired boy decided to write in his notebook excessively, and it kind of weirded me out, but it's fine. I got to know the kids, they got to know me. They asked about the ring on my finger. May had a little bit of a gush moment. It was awesome. Like, so cute. So that was awesome. Then, after the first day, I just simply said, I'm just here to, basically just watch you guys. I'm here to just interview, and it's gonna be kind of like a TV show, except it's gonna be written down. So we're gonna have like a weekly like news report about you guys. It's gonna be pretty fun on like a magazine and everything. And they're like, oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. That's so cool. They were all for it. It was awesome. Their teacher had to knock some sense back into them. And it was simply because I had to do like mostly their class, but along with some other stuff in between. Like their classes got really popular. So I was just, from there I started my job and I just turned invisible. I had to practice my quirk a lot, like during like training and everything. So I practiced my quirk a lot. So I got much better at using it. I would always be practicing like by myself because, who doesn't want to practice their quirk and make it as strong as possible? Like, it's awesome. At first it was a little wonky. I never had really been in a hero school. Or I've never been anywhere near heroes. So it was pretty interesting, pretty cool. Got some autographs from some heroes that I really enjoyed from this place. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, like everything was just so interesting. I had to follow certain people because certain people got more popularity than others. I noticed the blonde one got popularity pretty quick for his attitude. Not on a good popularity at first, but eventually grew into an okay popularity, and now it's kind of just going side to side, hoping that it gets better. The green-haired female, who is named Wyan, she got popular pretty fast when she made her first arrival, which is interesting. And then people started asking about her a lot, so I decided, I'm just gonna paint a picture for them of this person and see if they like that, and they really did, so that was interesting. One day, me and Pixie decided, hey, I think it's time we take this to the next step. So, one day I take a day off from work, and she takes a day off from her work, and we go to this place, this center. Well, I'm not gonna name specifics, obviously, but we went to the center and decided we were going to have a baby. By blood. We're going to have a by blood baby. So, I'm the one who was going to get pregnant with the first child. So we got pregnant. It took only one try with using the center. It was real. We were having a baby. Eventually the 9 months came, and after working so hard, like, my water broke in the middle of work, which sucked, by the way. They were like, what are you doing working? I'm like, I basically carry myself. I didn't need to be at home. I basically just carry myself in my bubble. I just hover above the class with a camera. I don't even have to pay attention. I just like record their conversations and then note it down later. Like, I don't even have to pay attention. Like, I could just, like, be there, like, snacking away, make myself soundproof with my bubble, and invisible, so it's fine. And then all of a sudden, like, my water breaks. And I'm just like, I pop out of my bubble for a minute, and I, like, lightly set myself on the ground. I'm like, I gotta go. He's like, what do you mean? I gotta go. And, like, I hold my stomach, and he's like, I'll call someone for you, quickly. You can go to the nurse's office, like, for now, and then they'll come pick you up or something. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call my wife. I gotta go now. like, it was like one of those, like, I gotta go right now. I call up Sunny. She's like, what are you calling me at work for? Like, she wasn't being mean. She was just like, she was like trying to be like quick on the phone. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's happened? Like, are you okay? Because you never call me at work. Because you know, my job. I'm like, yeah, my water broke. She's like, what? My water broke. 10 seconds later, I kid you not. 10 seconds later, huh? Like tapping on the window. Just her in like full panic mode. Her wings are purple, meaning she's gonna be zooming through the city. Her wings are purple. She's gonna go flying. I'm like, oh, okay. She's in panic mode right now. They opened the window. She got there freaking fast. Not even 10 seconds. The ambulance didn't even have time to like start getting on the thing. They didn't even get in the ambulance yet. She was so fast. She was like, I got this. And I'm like, are you sure you won't go too fast? And, you know, she's like, no, you're going to be fine, don't worry. So she cradled me, like, she cradle hugged me, and we got to the hospital quick. And that's because the hospital is kind of far from the school. Not too far, but kind of far. At least if you're going by car, but we weren't. We made it there pretty fast. And then little Lily was born. Lily was the first little baby, and they let me have a lot of time off from work. So that was a while I didn't have to go to work. They took someone else in, and they watched the class for a while. All I know is that when I got back, the kids were so happy I was back, and they wanted to see instantly like the baby pictures and everything. I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, where's your baby? Where's your baby? Like, I can't take my baby to work. Like, that's not how it works. You had to get a friend. And luckily for me, I didn't know this, but my friend, Kiwi, with her wife, Angelica, not actually together in real life, but in shipwise, they're together. They decided to move to Japan too and didn't tell us. And so they decided to tell us when we had a baby. After the family came all to visit the baby and everything, like they all took the ticket and everything and came to visit the baby. They were all so happy. My friend who moved there decided, hey, I'ma watch the baby for you. I'm like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you in the slightest. But like, I don't really know. I made some other friends in Japan. I made Onikun, which you've seen before, my more recent, I think. Yeah, I think in, like, a recent video, you've seen them. Like, one of my talking to myself, one of my just talking about, like, you know, myself and everything. In those videos, I'm pretty sure you've seen them. They're the people I roleplay with all the time. I've met people that, one I consider my brother, and then another I consider like my other mother. And my other mother decided, hey, I'ma come and I'ma help you with the baby. So she comes over and she helps us with the baby a lot. Like, she'll do it all the time. So we had our little Lily, and Lily was being taken care of, being taken care of, and then I'll go to work, and you know, everyone, then we all go to work and everything, and it's all good. Everything's fine. So more time passes, and I'm doing the story, getting more papers out, and everyone can see the videos, and everyone can see like the catch moments, and then everyone can see like everyone can read what's going on and everything. Super interactive, super fun. Then one day we are currently passing this place, this orphanage, me and Pixie, while taking Lily out to eat. Lily stops dead in her tracks. And we're like, "What's wrong, sweetheart?" And she like points at the orphanage. We look at the orphanage and there's this little boy who looks so sad. He's like a small little boy. He looks like no older than like 1 or something. He's not standing, he's like crawling. And he has like a binky in his mouth and he's just staring out the window at Lily. And like me and Pixie looked at each other and we're just like, she was like, "We have been talking about maybe another child." I'm like, "Do you want to adopt another child?" And we were like, "You know what? We're just gonna go in and see." And Lily was like, "Yay! I want a baby brother." So we go to this place, and inside this place, we like go in, and they're like, "Oh, hi! We didn't expect. Oh, hi! How are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Oh, hey, we're doing well. Like we're doing well. We're just looking around. We're not really thinking about right now anything, but we're just like looking around, hoping that maybe we can, you know." Nothing was planned. Nothing was planned. And they're like, "Oh yeah, of course. Do you have anyone in mind? Like, did anyone like?" Well, there was a little boy in the window that we saw, and they like stopped for a moment. "Did he happen to have 2 different colors of skin?" "Yeah, he had 2 different colors of skin." "That was Owen. Yeah, he normally often stares out in the window at people passing by. Would you like to meet him?" Mm-hmm. So we went in and we met this little boy. His name was Owen. And he was so unbelievably cute. And we were asking, like, why is he in an orphanage? Well, his mom passed away at a very young age. And his father just... She started shaking her head, and I was like, "Oh, okay. You don't need to continue." And Pixie got to know little Owen, and little Owen got to know Lily, and Lily, for some reason, became, her IQ went to like 1,000,000 or something. She went very carefully near the child, and the child, Owen, kind of backed away a little bit out of fear. And she sat down and started talking to him, talking very calmly with a calm voice, and tried to sound as sweet as possible. Slowly, Owen came towards Lily, and they had this instant bond, beautiful, beautiful bond that I just didn't understand. I was like, how did that happen so fast? Instantly, Owen liked Lily immediately. Like they were gonna be like siblings for life. That's how much they started hugging each other and talking to each other. He didn't talk, obviously. He was very young. And he just kind of played, and they were both playing together with like this toy that she had with her. And again, don't mind the dog, I'm sorry. Pixie went next to the child, and the child looked at Lily, and Lily smiled, and Owen just went up to Pixie, and she picked him up, and she looked at me, and she said, "We're adopting a child today." I was like, "Oh, hold on." Like, let me make sure I got my wallet here. Like, I went up to Owen, and Owen looked at me, and Owen reached an arm out to me. I was like, for a kid that, you know, had this problem, like, I'm guessing he was just too young to realize, and he just really wanted a hug. So we went home with a kid that day. Solely because I'm so sorry about the dog. I'm so sorry. I can't help me. Why is the dog even outside? Oh, this is killing me. Anyway, I have to hurry. This is a long video. After my little... Oh my gosh, the dog is killing me. Okay. Anyway. That dog is going to... it's gonna kill me. Anyway. Yes, please, take the dog away. Thank you. No, don't bring the dog back. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so, we went home, made Owen in his room. We were not prepared at all. We went fully in, decked out his room. Took a while. He stayed with Lily for that short time. He didn't want to sleep in his room by himself, so we ended up, bunk bedding, him and Lily. So Lily and him share the same room. Now we just have a spare room that is completely decked out in yellow, but oh well. So we had our 2 kids. Excuse me, I was about to burp. Very quickly, the students found out about the kids and immediately asked like 1,000,001 questions. Who's the kid? What happened? Because I wasn't pregnant at that time. Was your wife pregnant and you didn't tell us? Like, can we see pictures? Mr. Aizawa eventually gave in and let me just talk about my kids for a day. That was a fun day at work. But ever since then, I've just been doing my job, stalking 1A, writing it down for people who really want to hear it, and that's it. I have my 2 lovely kids, my best friend who followed me from America, my other friends who I've met here in Japan. I got my family. And that's all I really need. Got my 2 kids, my beautiful wife that I love dearly, my best friends, a great paying job that's honestly one of the best jobs I've ever had. And that's life. That's just what life's been. That's my story in Boku no Hero. A kid that didn't necessarily come from the best, but worked my way up. Like, I didn't come from, like, a awesome place. Like, things were weird when I first started anything, so then it was just that random kid in America that just became what I call is my perfect life right now. Now, of course, there's been a couple bumps along the way, and a lot of stuff that I'd rather not mention. But besides that, like, life has been pretty good. Just here at my job. Young, 2 kids. Living a good life. But yeah, that's my story in Boku no Hero. That's my quirk. That's my life. I couldn't be more happier with what I'm doing right now. But I'm pretty sure my fans don't want to hear more about my story than the 58 minutes they've been here. I'm pretty sure they want to see more of the school have their little things. And upcoming recently, like, there's going to be a festival soon. I'm excited for that one. I'm taking my kids. To see this festival. So, yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I cannot wait. Fun part is I get to stalk people. I get to stalk people and get away with it. And they'll never know. Anyway, that's 58 minutes. 58 minutes of my story in Boku no Hero. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please stay safe, stay clean, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed. Bye, Monomingos! Really hope you liked it.